Today, we are going to chew on something that can be really annoying for some. And if you have any kind of annoyances regarding the mouth, food, and/or people, you're going to love this show. Hello, I'm Tara Lilly, your host and hypnotherapist. Welcome to Santa Barbara Hypnotized, co-creating mind, body, and spirit in paradise. Okay, so maybe you've never been annoyed by anybody eating or chewing gum, but stick around for the hypnosis part of this show and really just take the opportunity for yourself and enjoy some relaxation. So, why did I pick such a random topic such as food chewing and noise annoyances? Well, I have a good friend that shared with me her annoyance of people eating, and I never have heard of this before. Now, this is a good friend of mine, and I've eaten plenty of times with her and around other friends. When I asked her if she had some idea for a show, she shared with me this annoyance I had never heard of before. Being around people eating. And the more I've talked to other people, the more I learn that this is truly a thing. And maybe it bothers you too. Or maybe it's people's lip smacking that bothers you. Or how about dogs slurping water? Fans, pins clicking, people laughing loud, or even whispering low. This is a real thing, and it's called misophonia. Yes, there is actually a medical name for this. Now, I'm going to do my best part here to give hope to sufferers, and I want to let you know there's varying degrees of it. Some people, including my friend, can't go to the movies because of the sound of people munching on popcorn or even their kids crunching on chips. So on doing some research, I also learned that it has been proven that people with this annoyance are, ready for this, more creative. Yes, even Einstein had it. They all had this random annoyance to focused sounds. So it appears that it has something to do with actually being ultra focused. And that means creative people don't have it easy. So you can't make everyone else change the way that they do things just because it bothers you, right? But can one persevere through the annoying mouth sounds? Yep. I think so. There just needs to be a coping mechanism to the annoyance. By being able to control and minimize the stimulus happening on your own without asking for quiet or for anyone to change what they're doing. So, change will be totally in your control. It's all up to you. And that's what we're going for here. So let's find out if A, you have it, and B, your severity. Now, I would never have somebody take a test and put in their head that they're afflicted just because a test said so. And I'm not into labels or medical diagnosis in any way. This is just for fun. And that's what life is about, right? Having fun. So, also let me say here that there's actually no official test for misophonia. This self-test is not presented as a diagnostic tool or as medical advice. I'm not a doctor, but what it does is allow for just some comparison of what other people with this affliction experience. And again, it's just for fun. It may just give you a tool to work from. Now, in going over this test, I couldn't help but think of my Grammy. My Grammy was a kindergarten teacher and liked things very orderly. And boy, if us grandkids got loud, made any kind of tapping or chewing noises, she would cover her ears and in her stern voice reprimand us for the loud noises. She was the best. I think she would have really enjoyed this hypnosis show. So now it's interesting. My friend that has this, she actually thinks that she became a teacher because this way she can control most of the sounds and the actions in her daily work environment. And she thinks that a lot of teachers actually have this. Before we get into the testing part of it, I just wanted to share some of the comments in my research because honestly, I'd never heard of this before. And some of the things that people go through, it's kind of crazy. So here's the first one. My family and friends all think I'm crazy and that I'm just looking for attention. I hate getting angry. I hate having to leave the dinner table, and I hate crying in my car at parties. I hate having to ask people to eat in another room. My grandma was heartbroken when I ate outside at Christmas. It's really uplifting to find out that lots of people go through this too. Oh, poor thing. Such relief that there may be hope and an escape from this fear. I never knew. I'm wondering if I have misophonia because whenever something is repeated a lot, I get really annoyed and I start to shout at the person. I have a problem with singing. Ever since my 4 sisters watched Frozen, they got into Disney songs. The same 4 songs. And it was repeated over and over, jumping around, skipping and stomping. And this gets me very stressed. And here's another one. I get annoyed by things like beeping, but if the noise is slowly introduced to me, then I'm used to it. My degree of misophonia is more severe than most, so I'm glad I am not alone. It hurts to think that people feel alone or isolated, so I hope this hypnosis helps. Next, soup or hot drink slurping is the worst. I have to ask them to let it cool before they drink it. I just cannot stand the sound of slurping. It disgusts me beyond words. And here's another one. Glad I'm not alone. Most of my immediate family have this condition. My ultimate worst sound is someone slurping soup off their spoon. Erg. That's another thing. My friend says that a few of her family members also have this, and she thinks maybe even her son. So she was wondering if it can be hereditary. And from what I'm kind of learning, I think so. So here's another one. Good to know that I'm not crazy after all. Wow, these poor people probably don't get out to eat much. My friend does go out to eat, actually a lot, but she says that she just deals with the annoyance. And in a group situation, the sounds can be more like white noise rather than a singled out focus. So let's take a few questions from the test just to get more of an understanding of this annoyance. And I'll have a full link to this test on my Facebook. So if you want, you can play along and you can tally up your points or just keep track of them in your mind. Remember, this is just for fun. First, I have a sensitivity to certain sounds that don't seem to affect other people. 0 points for no, 2 points for yes. Do any of these sounds cause a significant degree of stress? Give yourself 1 point for each. Sniffling, crinkling, slurping, chewing, rustling, humming, or whistling. Generally, after experiencing a problem sound, how long does it take for you to get past or let go? A second or two? At least a minute? Between 5 and 10 minutes? Or more than an hour? There are times when I feel like yelling at someone because of the noise that they're making. Give yourself 1 point for, nope, I never feel that way. 2 points for, yes, I feel that way sometimes depending on the circumstance. 3, yes, sometimes I lose it and I want to verbally insult people over their behavior. And this next one will be important for you, just how you feel prior to hypnosis. And how you answer this one will be important for you, just how you feel prior to hypnosis. So, how much control do you have over your reactions to problem sounds? 1 point for, I can exert total control over myself when I hear an offensive sound. 2, I can exercise some or most of the time control over my own reactions. 3, I have very little control over the matter. 4, I have no control over the situation at all. So this next one, does the sight of any of the following affect you similarly to the way the problem sound does? Give yourself 1 point for each. Jiggling or shaking legs and or tapping of the foot. Bringing food up to the mouth, or the sight of people chewing without any noise. Playing with facial hair, touching the face, seeing drumming motions being done with fingers. Now, on average, how many times a day do you have a negative response to a sound? 1 point, I don't have any negative responses to sounds on a daily basis. Next, once a day at the most. 3 points, 2 to 5 times a day. 6 or more times a day. Next, some sounds cause me to feel a sense of panic. 1 point for no, this has never happened to me. 2 points for yes, this happens to me from time to time. 3 points, yes, this happens to me often. Time to tally it all up. What's your total points? All right, if you scored higher than a 10, you may be experiencing what is currently understood to be misophonia. If your level is high, then you should do what you can to reduce the symptoms. Researchers find that managing stress, maintaining a healthy diet, and getting enough sleep and exercise is important for that. Those things alone can help reduce symptoms a lot. And there are people who can help you. Therapists, doctors, and occupational therapists. But because they try to help you with the symptoms and coping of stress, then you know what I think is above the best of all of them, hypnotherapy. And hypnotherapy can actually help a lot because you already know that hypnosis is great for relaxing. I also want to mention that there are thousands of people using online support groups to get the information and just that ongoing support. And you can too. You can join an online community of people who can relate to your situation on a personal level. And I'll have some links posted on my Facebook as well. Well, there has been a lot of good information here. And while we're on a break in preparation for our hypnosis together, please turn your phone on Do Not Disturb. Go to a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. This way you can enjoy this fully. And if you have any physical challenges that have you laying in bed, then just prop yourself up enough just to look this way. That's really all that's required. And glasses off if that's comfortable. So let's take a short break, and when we come back, get ready to be hypnotized. Welcome back to Santa Barbara Hypnotized. You know that hypnosis can be a great tool for just to help you be in control when people outside your control are doing an annoying disturbance. And we'll be mastering that control through hypnosis. Together, we will co-create your relaxed view on those disturbing annoyances. Your relaxed view on the disturbing sights and sounds. So let's just get right into it. Feet flat on the floor. Sit back. Sit with your spine straight up. Head this way. Just look this way. And without moving your head, let your eyes just wander around. Just wander around your surroundings and find a spot, preferably up high in your gaze, and just find that spot and stare at it. And you'll notice a tendency for your eyes to be drawn to one spot particular. Or just pick a spot and just stare. Don't move your eyes or your head. Just staring and breathing. In a moment, you may start to notice that it's getting harder and harder to keep your eyes open. Soon you may be noticing some physical changes starting to take place. The first you may notice is your breathing getting deeper. If you notice that now, just give your head a slight nod yes. The second thing you might notice is your throat may be getting a little dry, and it's perfectly normal. It's just a reaction, a natural reaction, and your mind wanting to focus only on the present. If you feel dry or even the need to swallow, just give your head a nod. The next thing, if you haven't already felt, is your eyelids getting very heavy. The need to blink and the desire to just close your eyes because your eyelids are feeling heavier and heavier. And as they begin to want to close, you'll prepare yourself to enter the state of hypnosis for the purpose of deep relaxation. And the more you try to fight, your eyes staying open, the more you might notice this peaceful, comfortable, flowing sense of calm washing over you. As you prepare to enter relaxed and calm, your eyelids are feeling even heavier and heavier. You may feel the need to want to blink as it's harder and harder to keep them open. Soon your eyelids will close. And when they do completely close, you will enter a light hypnotic state. If your eyes are not already closed, just close them now. Close your eyes now and feel the weight of your eyelids relax. Bringing even more relaxation to your body with a nice deep breath. Deep sleep. And each time deep sleep is suggested for the purpose of hypnosis, relaxing quickly, calmly to this depth or even deeper. And the physical body relaxed. And the mind is very calm and open to only positive suggestions. Breathe deeply. Good. Just let go now. And allow your mind to gently drift and wander. Because in hypnosis, you can really begin to enjoy the wonderful feelings of knowing that calm and relaxation comes so easily and naturally to you. There may have been times in the past when you get annoyed at just the slightest things. Especially someone sitting next to you chewing or eating noisily, perhaps with their mouth open. Now, it could be the sound of a person chewing, or maybe it's the sight of them chewing. Maybe it's a combination of both. But you know that there are times when other people don't react to these situations in the same way as you seem to. They just seem to be able to persevere through other people's annoying habits. Kind of as if they don't even notice them. Perhaps you have even felt that you were being oversensitive. If so, this isn't your fault. It's just that each person is different and unique in their own ways. Everyone has different perseverance levels, and sometimes you wish that you could increase yours or quiet the annoying person. However, if it were possible to simply quiet them just by asking, I'm sure that you would have done that. And you probably have. Now, people with oversensitivity or people chewing pick up all sorts of noises that other people's brains would often just filter out. And this can be extremely annoying for you. And you've noticed that these noises get more annoying the more you concentrate on them. So it makes sense that you have the problem, not them, but you're already aware of that. instead of asking the noise to change, you have the load on you. And this is actually a good thing, because the more you are introduced to the annoying stimulus, the more mild it will become. From this hypnosis session forward, with the help of hypnosis, you can use your own mind power and your wonderful creative imagination. And you're going to do this by developing your capacity to eliminate those annoyances. And at the same time, retain your magnificent sense of hearing. And you'll do this whenever you need to, wherever you want to. This is a method that your subconscious mind will find useful to you to minimize any chewing annoyances. Now, I would like you to visualize a scene. Imagine having a meal with yourself. See yourself across the way from you. Now just visualize or imagine this. Now, just start eating in the company of you. Watch as you take a bite and chew. Now, you get to be in control of both the eating and the observing. Watch as the chewing food is grinding between your teeth. Saliva is being secreted to digest the food in your mouth. Chewing is just a mechanism, a digestive mechanism important to your survival. Now, so zoom in on yourself chewing. And if you've ever used a camera to take a photo, which I'm sure you have, but you've used the camera to take a photo of something that's a distance away, and you've probably used the zoom function. And you've probably already used the zoom option to get up close on what you're taking a picture of. And I wonder if you have noticed how when you zoom into an image, the surroundings in the background just disappear. And all you can see is the object, your mouth, which you are focusing on. Because you are zooming into yourself, your mouth, and as you zoom into yourself, those noises of chewing are also all in your control. Now, I bet you can manipulate this image if you want. You can turn the sound and the chewing. Can you turn the sound and the chewing into a cartoon? Preferably a funny one. Can you distort the mouth? Imagine doing that now, changing the colors. How about adding various sounds, much like a conductor of a symphony, and hear a musical instrument or a song in rhythm with the chewing? Just imagine that now. Focus on the noise. I know it sounds silly, but the sillier the better. So turn it up, louder, brighter, even more chewing funniness. Watch as you can turn up the crazy. And this is easy to do. And for a moment or two, you concentrate on those unwanted sounds because you are in control of this scene. So, turn it up. And then you can turn it down. So watch as you turn it down now. Shrink it, returning it back to a tolerable sound and sight. And then turn the volume down even more. Now turn it up, up. Funny, funny again. How funny can you get your image to be? Go ahead, get creative. Now slow it down in slow motion. Softer, quieter, slower. Becoming pleasant. And the further away the sound travels, the more subdued and faint the image becomes. Out of your view and your hearing range. It has no effect on you now. Watch now as the sight is actually a pleasant sight of beauty, as the food is nurturing the body. We are so blessed to have food to eat. Give gratitude for the food. Give gratitude for the food that is before you. Shift your focus now from lacking to abundance of and gratitude for the food you have in front of you. And isn't it a good feeling to have more than enough? Isn't it a great feeling to know that the person chewing is also blessed with food to eat? And how our bodies use this energy to sustain life. Food is a blessing. Now create another scenario of a peaceful meal with yourself. Whatever it is, this will be personal for you. How do you look? What are the clothes that you are wearing? What does your surroundings look like? Adding more and more detail as you visualize or imagine this sight. And start to hear relaxing music. Visualize candles lit. All is calm. What would you like to focus on in your mind? Will it be chewing or something else? It is your choice where you focus your attention. Practice this now, here in the safety of hypnosis. Now see or sense yourself eating now in a group of people. And these people are all eating and experiencing any unwanted sounds and images you can. But remember the gratitude for these people having enough food to eat and how nourishing this food is for their bodies. And if you find that this is bothering you, even the slightest, to vision this, then watch their mouths with the marvelous symphony of beautiful music, actually in rhythm with their chewing. Perhaps you can get so creative that each person is a different instrument in this imaginary orchestra, you being the conductor in your mind. And play this to the fullest. Go ahead. All the while giving gratitude for food. You are in control of how you are interpreting this scenario. And now let it all slowly fade, fading completely away. And as you continue, it is only a matter of time before you begin to drift off into another comfortable eating meal, pleasantly, happily eating. And when you are this thankful for your meal and your good food, you just realize that chewing sounds and sights hadn't bothered you at all. And from this point forward, it doesn't have to bother you, and it won't. And you may find yourself wondering how and why this is happening. Well, it was because your brain filtered out those unwanted sounds. Something you are now learning effectively how to do. Because you are in control. You always have been. You just feel it now, and you feel it more than ever. I want you to think of a big spotlight, bright in the dark. It radiates light in a wide direction. Now, think of a laser. Its light is focused in the magnitude of the spotlight, but concentrated, focused, narrow, small and tight. See if you can transform this image, this laser, opening it wide like a spotlight, even wider, almost giving it a white noise feel. And this is how you will approach sounds that bother you. Turn that laser into a spotlight. And any other sights, noises, or annoyances that are beyond your control. Because your wonderful, creative, subconscious mind probably has lots of other ideas you could use. And when you are relaxed, you can find new ideas, new possibilities coming into your mind. you have nothing to lose and plenty to gain, such as peace and quiet. Concentration, you can simply direct your subconscious mind to filter out any noises that you choose. Your life is actually much better than you had ever realized before. And such trivial worries don't bother you anymore. They are merely a distraction from everything else that is going on. Everything else going on around you. And you're going to find that from this moment forward, you are becoming so much more tolerant in every way. You find that you can remain calm and relaxed in all situations. And you amaze everyone around you with your newfound ability to remain calm, relaxed, and tolerant. You take great pride in this new quality of yours, and this makes you feel good. You are feeling better and happier each and every day, more tolerant, more calm, and so much more relaxed. You no longer get stressed over irrelevant little things, even like someone rudely chewing. And as you become more tolerant of others, you become a much calmer and much happier person because of it. And other people realize this and see all of your true qualities, as they really do shine through like a spotlight. And now that you are not distracted by other people's silly little habits, you can concentrate on other aspects of your life and do so much better in everything that you put your mind to, all the while being grateful. I want you to imagine now that you are at a picnic and the person next to you is chewing food or gum. Now, in the past, you may have been thinking, what a disgusting sight this is. But this time, you don't even realize that the person is chewing. You didn't realize that they were chewing until I just told you now, did you? Your mind was probably on much more important things. You really didn't notice that the person was chewing there. And if you do ever notice someone chewing or eating loudly, it doesn't bother you. If this person is really being annoying, then hopefully everyone else will also notice it. just like any normal circumstance. But it really doesn't bother you. It's not on your list of concerns. You now remain calm and relaxed and tolerant the whole time. You're going to find that you're beginning to feel like a much more calmer person, calmer in every way, more peaceful, more easygoing, more relaxed and happier. Yes, much happier. Because these good feelings are so much better than the old destructive negative ones. Those old feelings that caused you worry and annoyed you. And these are all just silly little things. And your life is becoming so much more richer, more meaningful, and much more happier and complete in every way. And every day, you feel better, happier, more relaxed in every way. And you begin to feel different inside. Other people really notice and appreciate that difference in you. But much more importantly, you notice the difference inside of you. Each and every day, you feel better and better. And your tolerance of others increases day by day. And once your subconscious mind understands what you want and why, it will be happy to grant you your request. And you will find that over the next few days and weeks and months, you are becoming much more tolerant every day, able to function efficiently and effectively. Even your health improves as the tension created by those unwanted sounds and sights and noises reduces, disappears, and other people notice these changes in you. You notice a change in you and feel better than you have felt in a long time. And in the future, if you ever notice that annoyance trying to return, all you need to do is take a couple of deep, refreshing breaths and focus your mind on what will be, and focus your mind on what we have focused on here, like a spotlight. And remember that if you can do this in hypnosis, and if you can minimize the impact it has on you, that sound, sight, or noise, then you can also learn to eliminate it during normal conscious awareness. And you do. you find that every day you are becoming more and more patient with those external circumstances. Your mind knows no limits. You can do anything that you set your mind to. You have all the confidence in the world. And you feel wonderful. And these suggestions are firmly embedded in your subconscious mind and grow stronger and stronger day by day. And the suggestions you have heard in this hypnotic session are completely and permanently embedded in your powerful subconscious mind. I will count from 0 to 5. At the count of 5, you'll be wide awake. You'll be refreshed and alert and ready to return to normal. But 0, just feeling this relaxed state of calm, taking in another deep breath at 0. 1, just beginning to return to the here and now. 2, feel your eyelids flickering. 3, becoming aware of your surroundings, coming back to where you're at. Maybe you can even feel a slight smile as you become more aware of the room. 4, eyelids becoming lighter and lighter as you notice this nice deep breath in. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. Feeling already wide awake, mind and body returning to normal consciousness. Aware of your body, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wide awake, refreshed and alert. Well, I sure hope that you have been motivated to express grace when in the presence of noise, chewing, slurping, all of these annoyances. And I hope you have found this session totally helpful. And the next time that you encounter one of these annoyances, see how you handle it. And please let me know through Facebook. Let me know how this has helped you. And I'd love to hear from you. So we'll see you next time on Santa Barbara Hypnotized. Thank you so much for watching.